good evening to you and many thanks for joining us. My name is Ifunanya Amafili and this is the evening news from the studio of ABS. And we'll start with our top story. The state government hands over 10 rehabilitated mentally challenged persons to their families. APGA aspirants call for transparent and credible primaries. Police arrest 2 suspected killers of Imo Catholic priests. And on the foreign scene, Russians accused of Novichok poisoning denies, says they're only tourists. And the news in details. The state government has officially handed over 10 formerly mentally challenged persons to their families. The Deputy Governor, Dr. Nkem Okeke, performed the ceremony on behalf of Governor Willie Obiano at the Rehabilitation and Welfare Center in Teje, in Oyi Council Area Government House. Correspondent Ejike Abana reports that the 10 of them were brought from different streets of Anambra and rehabilitated by the state government through the Ministry of Social Welfare, Children and Women Affairs.
Governor Okeke said the program, which is primarily championed by the wife of the governor, Chief Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano, through her Caring Family Enhancement Initiative, is worth being supported. He affirmed that the state will continue to engage in programs and policies that touch the lives of people of all status, calling for support to do more.
Sometimes the hand of compassion to anybody who is in need of that help. And that's what we're praying for.
The Commissioner for Children and Women Affairs, Lady Ndidi Mezue, noted that the initiative is in line with the commitment of the governor to maintaining a cleaner state, saying that over 100 cases have been successfully taken care of and sent back to their different homes in Anambra and other neighboring states. Lady Mezue noted that the number of intakes in the home have increased as a result of regular raid on the streets in search of mentally challenged persons, and appreciated their benefactors assuring steadfast commitment to doing more with support from the government.
The home has also witnessed an increase intake of inmates as a result of regular raids to rid the streets of mentally challenged persons, thus increasing the financial burden of managing the facility.
On his part, the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Joe Akabike, called for behavioral change by the people towards the mentally challenged. While emphasizing that cases of mental ailment varies, he expressed optimism that the center will be upgraded to do more interventions.
Almost 50% they cannot go to serve. All the guys is one, I don't know whether they need the law, they need the qualifier. And
words of the inmates were full of gratitude to the government for helping their family members, promising to help reintegrate them back into the society. The 77-bed center is managed by CAFE and the Ministry of Children and Women Affairs. The Secretary to the State Government, Professor Solochukwu Lobelo, Senior Special Assistants to the Governor, among others, were also present at the event, which featured presentation of food items, personal effects, and cash, as well as dance with the Deputy Governor in celebration of their freedom. From the Rehabilitation and Welfare Center in Teje, in Oyi Council Area, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
Stakeholders of the All Progressive Grand Alliance APGA have stressed the need for the party to present candidates with potentials to match fellow contestants from other political parties in the country. They made this known during the just concluded APGA retreat and book presentation held in Oka. And our correspondent, Chibuzo Obidike, completes the rest of the story.
The party has been able to survive.
Addressing journalists at the retreat, the senator representing Anambra Central, Chief Victor May, described the event as a positive political move aimed at articulating and harmonizing strategies and preparing aspirants for the journey ahead. Senator May, who is also aspiring to return to the Senate dismissed speculations in some quarters that some political leaders have preferred candidates ahead of the party primaries. He used the platform to extend hands of fellowship to Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, to join the party as it has capacity to return him with a landslide victory in the governorship election.
Party members will also read the judgments in these landmark cases, to be able to be guided. The party must leave its doors open for people to join them. And the more you get people joining your party, the stronger you become. So actually, to tell Akimbode that if he makes up his mind to come to Abga, his victory is sure, because we have a very great population of people that will vote for him in Lagos.
In their various remarks, other aspirants, including Ifeanyi Uba, a senatorial aspirant for Anambra South, Mr. Leonard Obonia for Omo-Odofi Federal Constituency, Lagos State, Chief Ben Onwudinjo, a gubernatorial aspirant in Enugu State, Dr. Chinedu Ekwalo for Anambra North Senatorial District, as well as Sir Godson Ezenago for Oka North and South Federal Constituency, advised the Central Working Committee to uphold fairness, equity, and justice in carrying out their responsibilities, as the utmost goal is the build-up to the 2019 polls with credible candidates.
So if I
Abga will win in Enugu State with a landslide. 2, they should come out and vote. 3, we have no problem winning the election in Enugu State in any form. 4, that the tactics and techniques being used by PDP in Enugu has expired.
A success of Apuga in any part of Nigeria is a success to Apuga in Anambra State. Take it or leave it. Anambra State happens to be the only state that has a governor that is Apuga. In other words, whatever happens in Lagos is going to have impact on Anambra State.
If Mr. Okechukwu Omelonye for Abombise and Ngopala Federal Constituency, Imo State, Dr. Nnamdi Okafor for Oka South State Assembly said they will hold
this is a retreat, and as you can see for yourself.
Mr. Chika Ude for Woodi South in Enugu State House of Assembly noted that the event has further strengthened bond of unity among candidates. They believed it will ensure collaborative efforts during and after the primary and assured of their full support of all party faithful in various states. The women aspirants, including Professor Ngwebe Sylvester, was from 8 senatorial candidates. Mrs. Ibediba Mazili, Onitsha 1 in the State Assembly, Mrs. Vivian Nwankwo appreciated the party leadership for slashing the price of phones for women as a way of encouraging and supporting them. In Oka, Chibuzo Obidike, ABS News.
Meanwhile, some of the aspirants under the platform of the All Progressive Grand Alliance APGA have expressed their confidence in the party to give all aspirants a level playing ground. Some of the aspirants spoke to ABS during the party's retreats, which was held for all aspirants nationwide. And Ngozi Obileri has the report on that.
At the event, the senator representing Anambra North Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Princess Stella Odua, who said she chose to join APGA because the party has not failed the people, saying that such leadership quality aligns with her own ideology. On her part, the Anambra South senatorial hopeful and the wife of the Supreme Leader of APGA, Mrs. Bianco Odumegojukwu, was optimistic that with the cream of aspirants under the party, it is only a matter of time for the party to take lead nationwide. Also speaking, other aspirants, Mrs. Vivian Okadibo, Princess Chinwenwebili, Dr. Timothy Fedioramma, Dominic Okafor, and Ms. Uche Onyolofo noted that APGA is known for quality representation, as they said they are all aware that the party has set a pace which they cannot afford to toy with. Other aspirants from other states, including Mr. Idoko Odogbanu, Alhaji Issa Ibrahim, and Umaru James Israel, said that APGA is a national party which they are happy to identify with, saying that they want to duplicate what is happening in Anambra in other states of the Federation. They said that Anambra is succeeding because of the quality leadership provided by APGA leader.
National party now, and people would like to key into this one because other parties previously have disappointed them.
The event was attended by both the national, state and local government leadership of the party, 7 senators, members of the State House of Assembly, among others. In Oka, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
And more news on APGA. Traders in Anambra State under the aegis of the Amalgamated Market Traders Association of Anambra State, AMTAS, have purchased the APGA nomination form for their president, Chief Okudili Ezenwankwo. Chief Nwankwo, who is also the president, Southeast Traders Association, intends to represent Orumba North and South in the House of Representatives. And our staff reporter, Blessing Ijedibir, has this report.
Traders at various markets in Anambra State, through their chairmen and secretaries, converge at Traders House, Modebe Avenue, Onitsha, to present APGA nomination form they purchased for the president, Amalgamated Market Traders Association of Anambra State, Chief Okudili Ezenwankwo. The traders counted and recounted the benefits from Chief Nwankwo's governance as traders' boss and decided to support him in his political bid to represent Orumba North and South constituency at the National Assembly under the platform of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA. Presenting the form to Chief Ezenwankwo, the Vice President of AMTAS, Chief Gozie Akudolu, emphasized that the good governance of Chief Nwankwo speaks for him as he has repositioned markets in the state and the Southeast in general for better. He expressed optimism that, apart from quality representation, Chief Ezenwankwo will also seek after the welfare of traders if such matters arises at the National Assembly.
Traders in Anambra State met and decided to purchase the House of Representatives for Chief under the platform of the All Progressive Grand Alliance. The traders decided to nominate him to represent Orumba North and South in the federal constituency.
On his part, the Secretary of AMTAS, Chief Chumeruchal, stressed that Chief Ezenwankwo has achieved a lot for traders, listing the erection of Traders' House, ensuring peace in all the markets, as well as establishing a cordial relationship between custom officials and traders in the state.
I see Ezenwankwo's aspiration as a collective aspiration of the entire traders across the Southeast geopolitical zone, in the sense that Ewubike has been a quintessential leader of the traders across the zone. He is the President General of Amalgamated Market Traders Association of Anambra State. He is also the President General of Southeast Amalgamated Market Traders Association. And in this position, Chief Okudili Ezenwankwo has recorded and registered notable and laudable achievements.
Responding, Chief Ezenwankwo appreciated the goodness of God in his life. He thanked the traders for their fine sentiments expressed for him and promised to fend for the good of his people if elected, as well as being the mouthpiece of traders nationwide at the National Assembly.
I don't know how to thank you, because what I'm seeing here today is clear indication that I have done away all of the indications. I will continue praying for all of you while I will continue praying for me. Because this project is project for all of us. It's not project for Okudili Ezenwankwo alone. But it's project for the Orumba North and South and the entire business community in the country.
High points include presentation proper. Blessing Ijedibia, ABS News. Yes.
Moving away from state politics, a one-time international footballer, Mr. Chukwuma Igweonwu, has received a check for 1.5 million naira from the state government. Mr. Igweonwu, who hails from the state, made the state and the nation proud in sports during his days. And our correspondent, Emmanuel Okonkwo, completes the story.
Chukwuma Igwonwu shot to stardom by making it to Nigerian national team, the Green Eagles, and Rangers International Football Club of Enugu from 1970 to 1975, presenting the check to the beneficiary at the Anambra State Sports Commission. Governor Willie Obiano, through the chairman, Anambra State Sports Development Commission, Honorable Tony Oli, said that the gesture was part of the present administration's commitment to recognizing excellence. He pointed out that the check is for the beneficiary's upkeep and renovation of his house.
Today we are handing over a check of 1.5 million naira to Chukwuma Igwonwu, an ex-Rangers player. They are the ones that made Anambra State of old and Nigeria proud.
No, I'm give a check. Yes. So I'm making it.
I wear a connection. Not the Bendu Governor Gunugo, the Bendu Tony, the Bendi Nana Roll, the Equaline Chukuma, Equaline, Macoya, Edgeway, Shukuma, Shutamo, Isegolo, Chukuma, Isegolo.
Highlight of the event was the official handing over of the check to the beneficiary. In Oka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
The operatives of the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad of the Imo State Police Command have arrested the suspected killers of Reverend Father Jude Ebom of St. Patrick's Catholic Church, Amucha, in Njaba, local government area of the state. Father Ebom was on Monday night along Inkwere Anara Road, shot dead and his vehicle stolen. Parading the suspects, Chigozie Uzoku, aged 33 years, and 21-year-old Peter Ochoku. Today, the State Commissioner of Police, Dasuki Galadanchi, said that the suspects were nabbed in Inkwere on Tuesday. The police commissioner, who decried the killing of the cleric, said that no murderer goes unpunished. Worried by the gruesome killings of the priest, Mr. Galadanchi disclosed that he activated the tactical units of the command to nab the fleeing criminals. He stated that the efforts of the command paid off with the arrest of the two suspects, recovery of the priest's vehicle and traveling bag. The police chief informed that one of the suspects, Ochoku, was an ex-convict who had spent 1 year in Owerri prison for alleged involvement in an armed robbery case. A two-day training on harmonized approach to cash transfer has ended in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, with a call on participants to promote financial discipline. The workshop, organized by UNICEF in collaboration with Ebonyi State Planning Commission and National Orientation Agency, was key implementing officers of the scheme, including program managers and accountants, and aimed at strengthening the program and financial process towards achieving results for children and women. In his speech, the program officer of Harmonized Approach to Cash Transfer, Mr. Spencer Eluegbe, said the scheme focuses on promoting accountability, prudence, and financial discipline. He cautioned participants against any form of corruption while discharging their duties to promote the integrity of UNICEF and reduce the burden of fraud on the society. Also speaking, the Ebonyi State Director of the National Orientation Agency, Dr. Emmanuel Abba, commended the facilitators for initiating the training and enjoined participants to use what they learned to improve productivity. One of the participants and Director of Finance of ABS, Mrs. Nneka Obuonwu, commended UNICEF for promoting transparency and accountability in the implementation of its various programs geared towards promoting the health of children and women. Mrs. Obuonwu noted that the workshop has further enriched participants with knowledge to carry out their duties effectively and efficiently. And we'll go over to our business news desk, where Success Odomena has more stories for us.
The Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, will no longer accept all tax returns without the stamp and seal of Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, CITN, from the 2nd of January 2019. CITN is the only institute statutorily empowered to regulate tax practice and administration in Nigeria, and in tandem with the Act establishing the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria Act, Cap C10, Volume 2, Law of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004. In a press release, the Institute's Registrar and Chief Executive, Adefisayo Awobede, noted that it is mandatory for professionals filing tax returns on behalf of their clients to affix the CITN stamp and seal in all returns submitted to the FIRS. According to Awobede, the CITN requires all its members to take necessary steps to be in good standing with the Institute by obtaining their stamps and affixing same thereto on tax returns. He also said other professionals who are yet to obtain the practicing license of the Institute should do so without further delay.
Foreign scene, 2 Russians accused of poisoning Sergei Skripal and his daughter in Salisbury, England, said they only visited the city to see its cathedral. Police released CCTV pictures of Alexander Petrov and Ruslan Bohirov earlier this month and say the pair were behind an attack using the deadly Novichok nerve agent. The pair, in an interview held earlier today, claimed they visited the southern city as tourists and had stayed on briefly because of the bad weather. Petrov and Boshirov claimed that they are now afraid to go out after being accused by Britain of being behind the attacks. Double agent Skripal and his daughter, Yulia, were found slumped on a bench in Salisbury on March 4th, and they spent weeks in hospital, but both have now been released. Police claimed earlier this month Petrov and Borisov arrived from Russia at Gatwick Airport on March 2nd and stayed in East London. On the sports scene, Nigerian Football Federation President Amaju Pinnick has said the Super Eagles will be giving all the support and motivation for them to beat Libya in the upcoming double-header Africa Cup of Nations qualification matches. The Eagles last Saturday beat lowly Seychelles away to retrieve their qualification chances after a bad start to their campaign against South Africa in Uyo, Akwa Ibom. The team will have the opportunity to overhaul Libya on October 10th, tentatively in Kaduna, and then 3 days after they move to Algeria to play the second leg with the Libyans, who are leading the Group E qualifiers pairing. He praised the team for playing on a different turf against Seychelles and coming up with a comfortable win. Meanwhile, Super Eagles coach Gernot said he is expecting injured players to fit for the game, even as he praised newcomers like Samuel Carlo. And don't forget, you can follow us from any part of the world or listen to our news and program simply by logging on to our website, which is www.absradiotv.com, or you may like us on our Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/ABS Radio Television, or follow us on our Twitter and Instagram handle at ABS Radio TV. And before we go, we'll take a recap of our main highlights for this evening. The state government has handed over 10 rehabilitated mentally challenged persons to their families. ABGA aspirants call for transparent and credible primaries. The police has arrested 2 suspected killers of Imo Catholic priests, and they were paraded in Owerri today. And we also brought you 2 Russians accused of the Novichok poisoning have denied the accusation. They said they were only tourists who visited England to see the cathedral. And that's it for the news this evening. Many thanks for staying with us. My name is Ifunaya Amafili. Do have a good evening.